Hey, what's going on, guys? How we doing? So, I wanted to talk real quick today about a misconception that we've talked about in the past, but it's something that I see it come up so frequently and people talk about it. I just wanted to make another video on it. And the misconception is that great players are just kind of born great, and um, they were meant to play basketball or baseball, or whatever sport it is. Doesn't have to be a sport. Basically, they were just born out of the womb. Here they came, and they're just ready to play in the big leagues or play in the NBA and be a star player. And in my experience, in my research, and from talking with people that have either been at the top of their profession or their sport, that's not how it works. I was looking online and I found this Steph Curry video, and I'm a big fan of Steph Curry. Let me get rid of this real quick. So this right here is a video of his pregame ball handling routine that he does before every single game. Um, and if you follow Steph Curry, you'll realize that. Let me start this over for you again. So if you follow Steph Curry, you'll realize that he's an incredibly hard worker. And again, he wasn't somebody that, even though his dad played in the NBA and was a very good player, he wasn't somebody that was considered to be even an NBA player. If you look at his scouting report from when he was in college at Davidson, it's actually a pretty bad scouting report. It lists about 20 reasons why he'll never really make it in the NBA, and he's proven to be one of the, he hasn't gotten just to the NBA, but he's proven to be one of the top probably five players in the league, maybe the best player in the league. And it's things like this that I don't think a lot of people notice or see. The work that he puts into making himself one of the best players in the league. This is again a routine that he does before every game, but I've researched and looked at his practice routines, what he does before practice, after practice, some of the most intense shoot arounds and shooting routines that you'll see. After this, he goes into a pregame shooting routine, which he does every single day. So the work that he puts in is incredible, and most people are not willing to put in this type of work. But the interesting thing is that most players at a high level in the NBA, the NHL, the MLB, this is what they do. So in my experience in Major League Baseball, I was lucky enough to be around some of the best players in the world, and they more often than not, they are the hardest workers I've ever been around. One thing I noticed as I moved up through levels from high school to college to the minor leagues to the major leagues is the amount of work that it takes to get to that next level is so much more than what it took to be at the level that you were previously. And the amount of work that players put into not only the work that it takes, but the work that they put in is so much more. Hard work at the high school level, for most players is, I practice a little bit during the off season, and I put in my hour or two practice with my team, and then I play in my few games. And as you get older, you become a college player, and now it's 3-4 hours a day of work. Not all year round, but probably 7-8 months out of the year. And then you get to professionally, and you look at what it takes to be a professional player and the work that it takes. And now all of a sudden, you're putting in 8, 9, 10 hours of work a day. And there's a reason why those players are so good. It's because of their work ethic and their drive and determination to be, the best player in the world. And it's amazing, when I look at myself as a player, why did I become a much better player? Why, when I got to professional baseball and got to eventually get a taste of the major leagues, why was I so much a better player then than when I was younger? It's because I put in the work. When it comes to fielding ground balls, when I was younger in high school, I thought fielding 20 ground balls in a day was a lot. You get to the professional level, and now you're fielding 200 ground balls a day. Of course, you're going to get better. And it's the same thing with any sport or any profession that you do. It's the players that get to that top level. They're not born to be there, and they're not there by accident. They're there because they put in an amazing amount of work, and it's that daily work that they put in and day out that oftentimes goes unrecognized, and people don't really realize what type of work it takes. that's what really separates those players, the guys that are willing to put in the work. So I just wanted to make this video for young guys to kind of realize, the type of work that is needed. And if you're one of those guys that thinks, well, I can't make it there because I wasn't born to play in the NBA or the MLB, that is not the case at all. If you put in the work, I'm not saying that you'll get to the highest level, but you will without a doubt have a much better chance of getting there if you put in the hard work and start to do some research and see, hard work can mean different things for different people. Some people feel hard work, they worked hard if they put in, 30 minutes a day. But do a little bit of research and find out what some of the best players in their professions are doing. That's one of the reasons I'd like to look up Steph Curry, see what makes him such a great ball handler, what makes him such a great shooter. Um, what type of work is he putting in? And I started doing research and realized that this guy is just um, he's an animal, and it's not just him. It's most players in the league. They put in work when nobody's around, nobody's watching, nobody knows that they're going in um, before the sun comes up sometimes, and they're staying until everyone has left the arena and goes home, and then they come back out and they do additional ball handling, additional shooting drills, and it's day in and day out. So hope this helps you guys out a little bit. Just thought it was an interesting topic. Let me know if you have any questions. Share the video with your friends. Subscribe to the channel. All that good stuff. And we will talk to you later.